Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club for the final round of the Pacific Rim Championship. We finally made it after 9 weeks. And yeah, well, I've entered the lobby. No one's, so there's no point being on trackside. So we're here at the menu screen, which is odd for us, isn't it? We don't usually get to, I've got to say, I know we usually have quite a big drop-off for the final round, but this one's extraordinary. It doesn't look like we've got many shown up at all for this race, and it's double points, so things will really shuffle around for some of these guys. I mean, we've got Barry Twins, Pat, and Homesick Aliens, the championship leader on 131 points. Skyjacker chasing him down, but it's not looking like... I think Skyjacker is away at the moment, so he was unable to attend. Liam Anfield also unable to attend, and Bunny unable to attend. So Pat, he was only a point behind Bunny. He's on 83 points and double points. If Pat has a good race, and Barry Twins, they can jump some major places in this table. So, yeah. Pat, Barry Twins, everything to drive for. Turtle was here. He disappeared, but he said he's coming back. And Turtle, he's got Noxie, Digital Blasphemy ahead of him. He can make some rapid jumps in the table. I'll get to the table when we get there. I think someone's driving around, so I heard a car engine. So this is the Pacific Rim Championship. There's the Toyota of Barry Twins out there. And yes, it's the American and Japanese manufacturers going head to head. They did 4 rounds in Japan, 4 rounds in America, and now here at the final round, it's a random draw. The random draw chose Sardinia. Sorry if you can see that menu. I've got the sound coming in my ear hole. That's why I feel like I'm shouting. I've got to go through the telly. There you go. That's better. My God, I had car engine sounds in my ear hole. It felt like I was fighting against it. So yes, we're round 9 of the Pacific Rim Championship. I'll go to the driver's brief. It's Sardinia B, and it's 2.4 miles length of a track, and it's got 15 turns. And I'm pretty sure we're just doing it the same format as always, 240-minute races. And it's going to be interesting, 40 minutes for these boys out there, 4 of them. It's not good, it's not great. We'll think of things to think of, chat about. I'll sing to you later. Mama Homesick in the chat saying evening thingy, hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. And good luck to Homesick. A walk in the park for Homesick today. I think it's going to be easy. Not sorry guys out there, but Homesick is, you know, championship leader for a reason. And Muddy saying, good evening, good sir. How the devil are you? We are fine, thank you. Super. I'm looking forward to 4 days off. Just got this one last thing to do. And then it's like 4 days of glorious glory. I've heard it's going to be glorious sun, so I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, like I said, this is the Pacific Rim Championship. This is round 9. It was a random draw at the end of last week's race, and Sardinia B came out. Not a track we see that often as well, so it's nice to see. The championship table so scores. Homesick Alien is at the top with 131 points. Skyjacker just below him on 113 points. Liam Anfield and Skyjacker had some duking out to do, with Liam Anfield on 112 points, only 1 point behind Skyjacker. That, I imagine, will remain the same now. Bunny in 4th, he was on 84 points. Pat's 5th on 83 points. Barry Twins 6th on 66 points. Digital Blasphemy 7th on 57 points. Noxie 8th on 51 points. Turtle in 9th on 45 points. Rivix 10th on 37 points. Jokers 11th on 35 points. Ranger 12th on 18 points. Electric 13th on 14 points. And UBD is 14th on 8 points. I think that'll be the last of UBD, I think, from over here. this table, because I think all the other championships are finished that he was part of. So let's give it UBD a grand send-off here, lads. In his final championship. These Barry twins. We've been sitting on the Toyota for most of the practice. Homesick Alien in the Mazda, looking to finish off this championship, put it to bed, get his trophy, and move on to the next one. And Turtle out there in his Lexus, looking to get some good points today. And Pat has had a good showing in the American car, the Chevy. It's been very difficult to drive, but he's managed to get good results out of it, very good results throughout the season. And if he can get great results here, then he can jump up and get a very good spot in the championship. And he can draw a line under this Pacific Rim Championship as a very good championship for him. So here we go. We're going into the first 40-minute race here. They're only allowed to use the softs and the super softs once per round. And we've seen them mainly doing one stops with the medium tyres in the first race. So let us see. It's a reverse of the championship standings, the grids. We can see the lights. Yes, there they go. Barry Twins is on pole in his Toyota against the Chevy of Pat in second place. And it's green to go. And a bit of tyre smoke from Homesick Alien and Turtle. Pat gets a great getaway in the Chevy. Look at him move. Someone said second in the table to him, and that's it. He's off. So Pat, it's a long race ahead of him. He can't win it all in this first lap. Just be cool. Barry Twins in second place. Turtle in third. Homesick Alien. We know he likes to save the car and the fuel, manage his car very nicely. So imagine he's not going to be making some big leaps early on in this race, just following them around, trying to grab a slipstream. But Pat out there, they're all on the racing medium tyres. And Pat is the man at the moment in the lead of this race here at Sardinia B for the final round of the Pacific Rim Championship. This next incarnation, I am sure, will be on GT7. So this is a final farewell from Pacific Rim Championship to GT Sport, and a huge thank you for two fantastic championships. But you can just see Pat fighting that Chevy as he makes his way around. He's swinging around in the corners. Barry Twins has dropped back some 2 seconds from him, with Turtle closing Barry Twins. So Turtle looking to get a move done in his Lexus on Barry Twins, but I'm guessing Barry Twins doing a bit of car management there. Turtle scoops that position up from the Belgium, and he's on the move now, trying to hunt down Pat, who's already extended that lead to 2.3 seconds so far. Turtle chasing him down. Barry Twins reducing his speed, making his way around, and Homesick Alien comfortable sitting just tucked up behind these guys. Save his fuel, save his tyres, look after the car. And it's a very special day for Homesick Alien today. It's Thursday. No, it's his birthday, and Barry Twins making a move. Barry Twins looking to make a move on Turtle. Turtle defending, and this is great news for Pat. This gives Pat a great opportunity to pull away from the pack. I say pack. Yeah, 3 cars can be a pack, I suppose. So Turtle in second place, Barry Twins in third, Homesick Alien in fourth. But Barry Twins, Turtle slowed right down. My word, Homesick and Barry Twins both got past him. Now Turtle, we heard, was having wheel dilemmas. Oh, he's got no accelerator going on there. Oh, and he's gone. He's gone. It's absolutely gone totally wrong for Turtle in the first race. And now we're just down to 3. My word, let's hope no one else bombs out of this one. But it did look like everything just went dead on Turtle's car. It looked like he had no accelerator, no brake. He's rejoined, but it's just, I mean, 3 laps in. Don't think there's anything anyone can do. Pat! Oh no, Pat's dropped the car. He's gained her back up. What a great recovery. Amazing recovery, Cole. But Barry Twins has caught him up now, and Homesick Alien in the hunt as well. And Pat trying to keep it together out there in front. Barry Twins. It's double points here. Anything can happen. Pat, though, still in the lead after dropping it through that section of under pressure. Is the Chevy was going to go, or if it was going to go, but so far there's been 2 great recoveries from Pat. It's not that he wants to be making great recoveries, but he has done well. And Barry Twins now leads this race 1.4 seconds in the lead. And he is doing a super job hanging it in the lead there. So Pat in second place. Homesick Alien, as I was saying, it's his birthday boy. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Homesick Alien, happy birthday to you, happy birthday bud. Oh, Pat again finding the edge of the track. And Homesick Alien just whips on by. But the Chevy trying to fight back around the outside. And he's gone wide again. Pat's just pushing that Chevy a little too far. Trying to get an advantage on the Mazda. The Mazda just holding on in its wake as Barry Twins pulls away from this battle. 3 seconds now. Lead they have on these guys, and I think there's definitely one of these guys going to get a podium today. Muddy says, Pat, slow and steady, keep it consistent. That's what it is. He's getting excited, wasn't he? He's getting excited leading the race. He's got to gather it up. Pat off the back of a double podium from Tuesday evening as well, so Pat is flourishing at the moment, and he's looking good. I think he might get a podium today. But Homesick Alien we're on board with now as we make our way around. And Turtle's back again. Oh, don't jump in and out of the room, that'll drive him mad. It'll give us something to look at. So on board with Homesick Alien, we're on to lap 5 of Sardinia B. And like I said, it's not a track that features that often, so it's nice to see something a little different. I don't know the track that well myself, but I've always enjoyed my times at Sardinia, either it B or A. It looks familiar. I think we did the Clios here. The Renault Clios, but I'm not overly sure. But they're spreading out a little bit now. Homesick Alien falling back from the Chevrolet of Pat, although Homesick Alien just putting in his fastest lap of the race so far. There we see the Jack Daniels Mazda making its way around, the championship leader sitting in third at the moment. As we get to 7.5 minutes into the race, Barry Twins absolutely are blowing it away out there in his Toyota. He's getting purples every sector now, really finding his stride out there in the lead. We've seen Barry Twins win a couple of events now. Well, not events, but races, should I say. He likes the ovals, does Barry Twins, so this would be nice for him if he can put this one to bed. But not only have they got to do this 40-minute race, then they've got to do another 40-minute race. And, yeah. So, it's not a done deal yet. And with Homesick Alien, your money would be on Homesick Alien, but he's, no, his fuel is so much better than those guys. Yeah, they've done about half a tank of fuel so far. Barry Twins in his Toyota, another fastest lap for Barry Twins. I think he's decided to just go for it, and Pat's semi going for it. 2.8 seconds behind him now. 21.3 from Pat last time around. Barry Twins doing a 20.9, 4 tenths faster. Homesick Alien at 22.2. So Homesick Alien really is pacing himself. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Hopefully you can't hear the television because I heard a very rude word. So, yes, Barry Twins is leading. It's awesome stuff. Turtle in the chat saying incomparable issues with the lobby owner. GT Sport is the only game where I have this problems. They don't care anymore, do they? Polybaloney. They don't give a poop about GT Sport anymore, man. They're not fixing any issues with lobbies or anything like that. It's over. It's over, Johnny. It's over. So Barry Twins is leading this race 1.3 seconds. So Pat has caught him up about a second in this lap. So Barry Twins is coming up to the line. He crosses the line, giving himself a 23.4. Yeah, he definitely made a mistake that lap, with Pat posting a 21.8, and Pat really is starting to take the fight to Barry Twins. And Turtle has left the room again. Homesick Alien making his way around there in third, 2.7 seconds down on those guys, but he's really looking after his fuel. He knows he's got the championship in the bag, so might be just out for a leisurely drive. And Barry Twins getting them double points. Still not enough to catch Pat though, I don't think, because Pat's going to be getting double points as well. So Barry Twins, I don't think he can get past Pat today. 17 points behind him. But these two, I'm sure, could get themselves... Pat's only, like I said, a point behind Bunny, and then 29 points behind Liam Anfields, and 30 points behind Skyjacker. So he definitely get 30 points in this race on those guys. I don't know, what do they get for a win? 20 points. You get 40 points. For third place you get 15, you get 30 points. He'd be drawing with Skyjacker, I imagine. Skyjacker will probably do it on podiums, so he's had a few. So Pat, sorry, I was too busy looking at Discord that Pat's gone past Barry Twins. Maybe Barry Twins starting to manage his fuel a little bit. He's done 223s. It does seem like he's turned down the engine mapping, and Pat is tearing away with it at the moment, 1 second ahead of Barry Twins. But we think Barry Twins has leaned out his car a little to try and make his fuel last a bit. I think he realised Homesick Alien sitting on there. Well, he's not sitting on there with a massive more amount of fuel. So Homesick Alien 1.5 seconds behind Barry Twins, but he's got a slight fuel advantage. Barry Twins still the fastest lap holder here, and we've been racing for 12 minutes. And Pat is leading again, like he was at the beginning of the race. He had a bit of a scruffy lap. Could even say it was lap 3, look, 27.5, but he's been on it ever since, and now he's shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. So Barry Twins in a second spot. Barry Twins not let it in, Pat get away too much. I think he'd like a bit of a toe from him. Try and stay in that toe zone. But he's just outside it, I think. Pat, I think he needs to be about 0.8 of a second behind. Pat getting blues, sorry. And Homesick Alien, still patience is a virtue for the Alien. He's just tucked up behind those guys, seeing how this race develops, how it all turns out. It's a high-speed game of chess, I like to say. They're all on the medium tyres. No one's used softs or super softs yet. Turtle in the chat again. There goes my podium opportunity. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you can still jump in for the second race if you fancy it. You get half points, I think, which will just be normal points because it's a double point race. Oh yeah, brew me up, baby. That was lush. I've had a KFC for dinner, so I'm feeling rather revitalised. So Pat then, he's leading this race. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of Barry Twins. He's slowly chipping away, getting further and further away from Barry Twins. We thought Barry Twins had turned his engine down because he did 2 laps of 23s, and I thought he changed his engine map, but he's back. He's done a 22 and then a 21 afterwards. So Barry Twins not looking after the fuel as much as he was for those couple of laps. Homesick Alien, very consistent in the early 22s, just sitting behind these two. He's already champion, I believe. The other guy's not turning up. He's the Pacific Rim champion. And he's just showboating at the moment, just driving around, looking very pretty in his Mazda, Jack Daniels, as a champion, Season 2 champion. Great stuff from Homesick Alien. But at the moment, Pat leads this race. He's looking to extract as many points as he possibly can. He needs 30 points to draw equal with second place in this championship. That is third spot, which is the minimum he can get today. And anything more than that, second place or first, and he will take second place in the championship. That is exciting. That is great stuff. He's had a cracking season driving a car that's very difficult to drive, and got very respectable results this season in that Chevy. Now, this final race at Sardinia B, he's leading the way. He's down to a quarter of a tank of fuel. So he could possibly make the 20-minute mark on one tank of fuel. And that is a one-stop strategy. Barry Twins, though, a little more fuel than him, so they'll be doing shorter pit stops. Homesick Alien just under half a tank. He's saving even more fuel. And it's inconceivable that Homesick Alien's going to try and no-stop this. He can't. He's gone over half a tank already. And we're not halfway yet. But it would have been very close for him. Pat, meanwhile, crosses the line to start lap 13. Another 21.9 for Pat. 1 second ahead of Barry Twins, who did a 21.7. So Barry Twins now means business in his Toyota as he chases Pat down. Oh, he's had a little bit too much curb there as Barry Twins. The car's not liked it. The suspension stiff as hell on these Group 3 cars, and it's pulled him to one side. And yes, he's lost that momentum, but can he keep his head in the game, get back on pace and catch back up with the Alien as they make their way around? And Pat now 2.5 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. And this is turning out to be a very interesting race indeed, as Pat leads, has done for a majority of the race so far. Homesick Alien moving up into second as Barry Twins just got a little bit onto the curbs. Saved the car pretty well though. Could have been a lot worse for him. Again got back control, but lost second place to Homesick Alien. Now he's 3.7 seconds behind the Alien. But we know he can do 21s, so he'll soon be back with that pack. It is a very sexy looking Toyota. Very nice. So there goes Pat, 1.5 seconds now ahead of Homesick Alien. He did a 22.5 his last time around. Homesick Alien are 21.3. So Homesick Alien nearly a second, well, over a second faster than Pat in the last lap. They are coming up to about halfway. I think possibly halfway around the next lap, it will be the halfway point of the race. Homesick Alien still over a quarter of a tank of fuel. Pat's down to the last dice now. He might have to come in at the end of this lap. He might try and push it for one more lap. But Homesick Alien definitely trying to close down the gap on the Chevy now. And Homesick Alien going in for the kill. And can Pat endure the pressure? His fuel is now flashing. So we've got just under 21 minutes showing on the clock. And he goes around, he does not come in. So Pat opts to stay out for another lap, as does Homesick Alien. Barry Twins, 3.7 seconds. He's gained no ground on him, but he's back into the 21s. So that is awesome stuff for Barry Twins. That's where he wants to be. Unfortunately, Homesick Alien has now moved into the 21s. He was doing 22s whilst he was doing his car management, but now he's moved up into the 21 region. Pat, though, having to maintain the speed to keep the pressure at bay. He'll be coming in at the pits at the end of this lap, though. 1.2 second he's got on Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, though, closing down the gap in that corner alone. Pat lost 2/10. Is it down to the tyres? Homesick Alien, he can go very deep in this race. I think he'll follow Pat in. That's my inkling. That's what he's been doing so far this season. Where I feel like he'd stay out until his tank really needed replenishing. But he's not. He's been coming in with the cars. And I think that's what he's going to do here. I think he'll follow Pat into the pits, just have a shorter pit stop. He's thrown it out wide. The back end's going away from him. This is not what he needs. Barry Twins, though, has lost a shed load of time as well. Oh, my word. Barry Twins are not having a great lap this one. And Homesick Alien, he does go into the pits. So does Pat. And Pat gained a good 10 seconds on Homesick Alien there, I'm sure of it. So Barry Twins also brings it into the pits. And Barry Twins, oh, what happened to him on that lap? They're all coming up to their box. There is Pat, he's getting the work done first. Homesick Alien is now there getting his tyres done. Pat's filling up. And there goes Barry Twins only just getting to his box. And Homesick Alien filling up now. Pat filling up. Homesick doesn't have to put in as much fuel. It's going to be very tight, even though Homesick lost that time on the lap. They know Homesick got away. He didn't need as much fuel, and it's been enough to get him ahead of Pat. And Pat must be distraught coming out of the pit, seeing the back of the Mazda. Unbelievable stuff there. Great racing from these guys. Great strategy from Homesick Alien. Just sitting tucked up behind him, saving his fuel. And then when the pit stop came, even though he'd lost a chunk of time on his final in-lap, he was still enough to get out ahead of Pat. And now Pat has to go forward and try and win this one. But we've seen Homesick has made a mistake, so Pat needs to get up there and put a bit of pressure on the Alien. But not push. It's tricky. It's tricky, Pat. I don't know how to do it. I haven't worked it out. But yeah, you have to go very fast, but don't throw it off. So Pat now chasing down Season 2's champion, Homesick Alien. And even in that second spot, which is 8.5 seconds ahead of Barry Twins. See, they did a 1:57 on his pit stop, a 1:55 for his pit stop, Homesick's pit stop, and a 2:01 for Barry Twins. So yeah, I think Barry Twins had a mistake on his in-lap, and that's why he didn't get ahead of the Alien. But now, Homesick Alien 1.6 seconds ahead of Pat's. And it's a clean run all the way to the checkered flag for these guys. Barry Twins, it's a lot to make up. Third place might be the best he can hope for in this first part of the race. They'll bunch back up for the next 40-minute race. I imagine Turtle, hopefully, will be able to join to get in the mix as well. But at the moment, Homesick Alien And with no Bunny, Skyjacker or Liam Anfield here taking part in this final round, it makes him automatically champion of the Pacific Rim Championship Season 2. He's done an amazing job this season. On his route there, he hasn't been off the podium so far. Autopolis was his worst score. The first round was his worst round, and that was still a podium position. He hasn't been out first or second this season so far, Homesick Alien. So, great job from Homesick Alien this championship. And Liam Anfield's looked to be his closest rival, but in the end it was Skyjacker in the Toyota. Now, after 9 weeks of racing, Homesick Alien, it's just crossing the T's and dotting the I's, it seems. He's just got to get to the checkered flag, and it's all done. Well, even if he pulled over and had a cup of tea, he'd still be champion. So Homesick Alien leads by 2 seconds from Pat. Pat still maintaining a good pace out there. Barry Twins does seem to be catching up with Pat at 21.4 from Barry Twins last time around. We've got 15 minutes left of racing. Pat did a 21.6, so only 2/10 slower than Barry Twins, but it's back up to 8.7. I don't know what happened. I thought it was down to like 7.5. I thought he'd gained about a second on him, but no, it seems not. Valvoline livery, looking rather dashing as he makes his way around. Nice to spread out now. Barry Twins losing another 2 seconds and a bit of damage on his rear end, his Rederieri. And yes, Barry Twins still a podium though, still a podium in his horizon, I'm sure. In second, if he can finish the next race in second place, I believe that's going to put him second in the championship. I'm sure of it. He'll get something like 34 points, I think, and he's only 30 points. Hang on, let me double check that. No, he's not 30 points behind Sky. Yes, he is, because Liam Anfield's only a point behind Skyjacker. Bunny is 28 points behind Skyjacker, so that's 29 points. And then Pat's only a point behind Bunny, which is 30 points. So yeah, second place in this race will put him second in the championship at the end. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Go on, Pat. Pat going his fastest so far in this race. 21.1. He's closed in on the Homesick Alien. He did 21.3. Barry Twins has lost another 5 seconds on them boys. With a 24, he's pushing too hard. Barry, calm down, my lad. Calm down. Pat, though, absolutely taking the race to Homesick Alien, it seems. Homesick Alien only 1.5 seconds ahead of him. Homesick Alien just doing enough to win, but we've seen him make a mistake already in this race. Another one of them, and Pat will be back in the lead. So Homesick Alien, it's not all done and dusted for him just yet. Again, this race, remember, they're going to bunch up again. They get no points for this race. It's just part one of the 2 races, which make one whole race. It's just like a safety car in the middle. But Homesick Alien, he's pulled it back out to 2 seconds again now, away from Pat. So Pat was on a bit of a push, but Homesick Alien doing enough to edge Pat away a little bit. Pat doing a 21.4 that lap. Homesick Alien 21.4 also, so I don't know where Pat lost the time really. Barry Twins 18 seconds shy now. And I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't know if he's fuel saving or if he's just made a couple of mistakes, because he's doing 25s, 24s. We know he can do 21s, 22s. So, yeah, I don't know. Barry Twins just dropping off. It is difficult, though, when you start losing sight of the drivers ahead of you. You can get easily distracted. It's nice when you can see a target. It focuses you into the driving a little bit. As you can see there, Pat, he can see his target ahead of him. Doesn't feel pointless when you lose track of the cars. Whoa, Pat's back end though. Larry on him. Stroking his Chevy around this French course here at Sardinia. His heart must be beating. Second place on the cards. He had 2 third places on Tuesday evening, and now looking to move up 1 more place. But there's still a lot of racing, still 50 minutes more racing to do before he can claim that. We've got 10.5 minutes left of this race. Homesick Alien at the moment leads by 1.5 seconds. Pat keeping track of him though all the way. Barry Twins nearly 20 seconds behind now. Not having a great second half of this race. He was doing very well. Even led in the early part. He looked very strong, but since losing sight of these 2 cars, his lap times haven't been as good as they were. He's dropped back some way now. As see Pat keeping pace with the Alien so far in this race, and that is stunning stuff. And we sat on board with Pat, currently 5th in the championship, but second place here will elevate him somewhat up into 2nd. If he can get 3rd, he'll go ahead of Bunny and Liam Anfield, but just sit behind Skyjacker, I believe. But if he can get 2nd place, he'll go ahead of Skyjacker. But home scaling, I think he's got it secured, safe and sound. Even if Pat won, he'd only get 40 points. And home scaling is way more than that ahead of him, like 48 points ahead of him. They all opted to, looks like they all opted to go to the medium tyres in their second stints. So no one's used the softs or the super softs yet. They're saving that for the second race. We've been on board with Pat for a while there, haven't we? Well, I don't know what to do. There's 3 cars out there, man. Oh dear. So Homesick Alien leads by 1.5 seconds. Pat in 2nd, 21 seconds ahead of Barry Twins now. Barry Twins, he's got a couple of 22s under his belt though, so Barry Twins finding that pace. Again, Homesick Alien crosses the line with the purple, takes the fastest lap from Barry Twins with a 1:20.7. Nearly extends his lead from Pat by nearly 2 seconds. Pat goes his fastest, personal fastest, with a 20.9 at 11. So only 2/10 off of the Alien as well. Unbelievable. Alien. Who is this person? Who is this person impersonating Pat? Because he's seeming very alien-esque. Pat getting a purple. This is exhilarating stuff at the moment. Little wiggle on coming out of that corner. Was a bit of dust being kicked up there? Did Alien make a mistake? Doesn't look like it. He's still 2 seconds ahead. I think Homesick Alien really chugging at the moment. He's pushing hard for those fastest laps. And he lost a bit of time to Pat through that sector. Homesick Alien though, I think he's on a massive push at the moment as we drop to just under 7 minutes of racing in in the stream. Mama Homesick saying picture quality isn't great tonight and the sound keeps breaking up. Not sure if you can do anything for race 2, but thought I'd let you know. Oh, cheers. Yeah, that's because my kid's probably on the internet upstairs ruining everything. I'll ask him if he'll come off the internet. Not missing much though, there's only 3 cars. So Homesick Alien 2-second lead at the moment from Pat. We've only got 6 minutes to go. Pat wants to get himself 2nd place in this race. Get ahead of Skyjacker in the championship, so that would be super cool for him. And Barry Twins drop back 23 seconds, but it won't matter in the next part of the race. It all bunches up for a rolling start, and they'll be away again, and all of these time deficits between them will be null and voids, and they'll be up for another race. Pat still chasing Homesick Alien down though, but he's lost another half a second on the Alien. Close to 21.6. There's only 5 more minutes left of racing. And Homesick Alien at the moment's got the fastest lap and is leading to come home at the end of this first part of the race, ahead of the rest as the champion of the Pacific Rim. Great stuff. His birthday as well, and he wins the championship. What a great birthday present. Super. So Pat's 2.3 seconds behind. No chance of Barry Twins, I don't think, in the next 4 minutes. Mounting an attack on Pat, the Belgian driver. He's been on and off. I don't know if he's this is why, because he's been pushing for the fastest lap, and that is probably why he's having on and off laps, because he's on the raggedy edge. He wants the fastest lap back. 4 minutes left of this race. Oh, and there he goes. See, this is him chasing the fastest lap, and that is why he's dropped back so far from Pat, because he's having a qualifying session. Homesick Alien though, 2.6 seconds lead on Pat. Cracking race by these guys. It was the pit stops in the end for Homesick Alien. Did a 21.0 his last time around. Pat doing a 21.2. So Pat has kept pace with Homesick Alien throughout this race, and they've done a cracking job. With only 3 more minutes of racing to go, Barry Twins 28 seconds behind Pat, who's 2.9 seconds behind Homesick Alien. No points for this first race though. They just line back up again. Safety car comes out, closes the gaps up, and then they go again for another 40 minutes. Oh gosh. I'll take my jumper off for the next 40 minutes. It's getting a bit hot. So Pat now 3 seconds. Oh, Pat's back in, just wanting to leave him, but he gathers her up, and the number 4 Chevrolet carries on to start lap 28. There's probably only 2 more laps to go, I'd say, with the time that's left. They're doing 120s, so I guess they'll get around and start lap 30, possibly. Homesick Alien now 3 seconds lead on Pat, and Barry Twins 28.4 seconds behind, but he's going for that fastest lap. Is he going to do it this time? It's looking very close. Oh no, it's 22.0. So Barry Twins going for it, going for that fastest lap. Sat in third place, can't catch up Pat, so why not? But Homescalian, the holder of the fastest lap so far, with a 1:20.7. He's 3 seconds ahead of Pat. Pat's ran a very sensible race so far. He's kept his head, he's kept his cool. He hasn't slung that Chevy. He had a small off, but I mean, it was just a tap with the barrier. But he's run a very good race so far. He's got another 40 minutes to do. And can he find another 3.5 seconds in this next race against the Alien across the line for the final time? One more lap, and then they'll cross the line for the final time, I guess. So nearly the start of the final lap. I don't know what I'm talking about. So Barry Twins 28 seconds behind Pat. Pat is now 3.2 seconds behind Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien at 21.3. Last time around for him, as he brings her home for half the victory. Pat gets second on the grid. It'll be a rolling start. So the advantage that Pat gets off the line, because he can get off the line rather swiftly. He's not going to get in the second part of the race. Oh, his fuel. Oh yeah, his fuel's flashing, but it won't matter. This is the final lap. So Homesick Alien making his way around the final couple of corners to take the first part of this race before I run off upstairs and tell the kiddie widdies to get off the internet. Try and help the stream out. And here comes the Alien now to cross the line. Superb driving from Homesick Alien. Pat crosses the line in second place. Great stuff. Can he do it in the next part of the race? Can he keep that second spot, or will Barry Twins? Barry Twins been doing a good lot of testing in this stint. He knows where the line is. He did a 21.6. That's it's not as fast as Homesick Aliens yet. So he comes around his final lap, and Barry Twins take a boo, my son. He gets podium position. Who'd have thunk it? So that's that. And I'll take you to the race results as I try and get the internet sorted out. There he is, birthday boy, flashing off his trophy and a wreath. Well done. In his Mazda Atenza. And yes, I'll take you to the race results briefly. There's not much to see. Homesick Alien got fastest lap with a 1:20.700 on lap 23. Homesick Alien took the win of the race, with Pat coming home in second and Barry Twins in third, but no points have been scored yet. They've got to go into a second race, and I'm guessing I'm going to leave you on this screen because settings haven't been changed yet, and it'll just kick me out if I go into the actual racetrack, and I'll see if I can get this internet all squared away and sorted out. And Mama Homesick saying a brilliant win. Well done, son. Superb. So I shall return. I don't even know how long it's going to be. Shouldn't be too long, I don't think. I'll be back soon. hello again. And here we are for round 9 of the Pacific Rim Championship. Season 2. We have already got a champion though, in Homesick Alien. I believe, with no Skyjacker, Liam Anfield or Bunny partaking in this event means that Homesick Alien automatically becomes a champion. So, huge congratulations to Homesick Alien on his new championship. The big question mark in this race is Pat, who's lying 5th in the championship table. If he gets second place this round, he can get second in the championship. He can overtake Bunny, Liam and Skyjacker, with this event being double points. And so Pat has definitely got a target out there. He definitely would love a second place, but unfortunately for Pat, he's got Barry Twins and Turtle both vying for it as well. So Pat with his hands full, with Barry Twins and Turtle out there fighting, and Homesick Alien isn't a foregone conclusion. He's going to win this one. You just don't know. I mean, I think he's going to. I think it would be a safe bet. Put a 5 on him. Put 5 then instead of R. Hey, we might have a full R room. Don't mess about, Pat. Well done, Pat. Thank you. Come on, give it to me, Barry Twins. Well done. Come on, the Empire could win today on this very occasion. There's no Skyjacker here to mess it up. Turtle's he doesn't want to side with the Empire, but he knows, if he searches his feelings, he knows it's true. That was a good race. Come on, Turtle. He's staying neutral. He's staying neutral like the poor people that died on the Death Star that those rebellion scum destroyed. Those contractors that all they were there was building a bloody warship for the Empire. It's not their fault. Just feed their families, haven't they? Families were probably staying on that Death Star as well. That peacekeeping work of engineering. But there you go. So Homesick Alien starts on pole, with Pat in second, Barry Twins third, and Turtle joining us for the second part of the race. He did try to get into the first part, but we were playing silly buggers with the lobbies, and he was struggling to stay in. Let's hope he can hang about this time. What did he do? About 3 laps last time? And there they go. The rolling start has begun. The counter is up. 40 minutes. More racing here at Sardinia B, however you like to say it. And there they go. Homesick Alien leads them away from Pat in his Chevy, Barry Twins in the Toyota, and Turtle in the Lexus. So 3 Japanese manufacturers versus the 1 Americano. Wow, they were coming in fast there. Turtle's gone for a move on Barry Twins, and Turtle's got his Lexus up into 3rd place. Barry Twins staring at the back of Turtle at the moment. Lovely rivalry these guys have. Lovely bit of banter in the chat, Discord chat. So straight up great stuff in the chat. Then we've got Barry Twins saying couldn't get the fastest lap back. No, we saw you trying though, Barry. Skyjack saying good evening, Mr. Jiggy. Hello. And still have about an hour to go, and couldn't convince Mrs. to let me listen whilst driving. She might go against me. My words. So Homesick Alien is leading the way so far with Pat. We had Turtle and Barry Twins having a good old battle there, and Turtle coming out on top there in his Lexus. He's sitting in 3rd place, eyeing up the back of that Chevy, I am sure. He's probably fancying it, as Pat probably just wants to stay on the back of Homesick Alien throughout this race. I don't know if Pat will be having thoughts of wins. I imagine just getting 2nd place would be enough for him. He's going into heavy braking with Homesick Alien. That looked scary up ahead, and Turtle managed to close in a little bit on those pair and pull away from Barry Twin. So Turtle, he's an unknown factor He's on the super softs. We haven't really looked at the tyres, have we? So Turtle's on the super softs. Barry Twins has opted for the set of softs at the beginning of this race. Homesick Alien's gone for a set of super softs with Pat on a set of softs. So interesting. If Pat can stay with Homesick Alien, then Homesick Alien's tyres may go off before they get to the pit stop window, and Pat could possibly jump the Alien, and the Alien can't do any of his fuel saving tricks, sitting in slipstreams and such what. As he is leading the way, he has to burn the fuel, and Pat sitting in behind him, thinking about his fuel tank. Don't go wide, Pat, come on, stay cool, stay calm. Turtle is closing the gap on Pat, though. He's starting to add a little pressure to the cooker that we've got bubbling up here already, and we're not even, we're just starting lap 3. Turtle goes fastest of all with a 20.7, and Pat's having an eye on the Alien again. Homesick Alien trying to maintain a certain speed to look after his fuel tank, and Pat wants to go a bit faster, and he's got Turtle nipping at his heels. So yeah, I imagine Pat wants to get by Homesick Alien. He can't handle this pace, as there goes a Turtle for a move on second place, and Pat can't lose his head. He's got to stay calm. It's a long way till the checkered flag, and this is still early doors. Turtle might be running a different race. He might be burning through his fuel a bit quicker. Homesick Alien is definitely trying to maintain a lap time out there, though. I think Pat wants to get in on that action. He fancies it, and so does Turtle. Everyone suddenly woke up and thought, ooh, there might be something in this. They're all still within sight of each other. Barry Twins sitting in 4th, 7/10 adrift off. Turtle, who's going up to attack Pat again, it looks like. Unbelievable stuff, Pat. We see him closing in on the Alien in this braking zone. He's going for it this time, is Pat. Can he maintain it? He can, and he's through. Now, is Pat going to try and run away from Homesick? Homesick obviously trying to manage his car, and Pat's been trying to attack him in that first corner. Lap in, lap out, and he grabs it on the 4th lap. Homesick Alien, though, happy to sit in the toe. Like I said, this is what Homesick does. He's happy sitting in someone's toe, so he can do some car management, save fuel, look after his tyres. He's on the super soft, so he doesn't want to burn them out too soon. And yeah, it looks like he's quite happy for Pat to take lead on this one. Pat getting purples. He's breaking all the glass walls today, is Pat. He's led a good amount of that first race. He's leading again in the Chevy. Turtle in 3rd place. He's dropped off the pace a little bit of the guys ahead of him. He's dropped back about a second. He was attacking Pat a lap or 2 ago, although he's come off that back corner, that final corner, quite sweetly, and catching up with Homesick a little bit down this straight. But Homesick Alien getting a toe on Pat. He's having a look as well, but Pat's got that inside line. Pat secures the position, and Homesick Alien, like I said, he's quite happy to sit in the toe, I think, unless Pat holds him up a little bit, and then he'll want to move on. But all the time, Pat's holding a good pace. I think Homesick Alien will be happy to sit behind him. But Turtle's coming back into play now. And then Homesick will get nervous if the pack starts catching him up. Barry Twins there, 7/10 behind Turtle. Still very close out front here. The front, the mid-pack and the back, all very tightly bunched here. I guess Pat's the front, Homesick and Turtle's the mid-pack, Barry Twins is the back. As they make their way around. How many times have I said that? You can tell that's until I'm reaching today, repeating a lot of just they make their way around. Oh, Pat very close there. with the Alien having a look into that final corner. Homesick Alien, and they take the lead again into the first corner. It's getting a nice toe. You see, it's just, ooh, and Turtle's having a look at the Alien. Turtle's gone right all in. He put all his chips in that one. And Homesick Alien coming back at Turtle, but yeah, Turtle very late on the brakes there, nearly got Pat as well. And he's maintaining that position around the outsides against Homesick Alien up this hill, and it's neck and neck between the two of them, but Turtle just edges it ahead of Homesick Alien. He's just maintaining all the way around. What beautiful racing between the Alien and Turtle there, and Turtle now up into second place, and Barry Twins in the mix as Homesick Alien considers the bumper off Turtle. He goes for the move up the inside, but Turtle's back again, and Barry Twins is in the mix as well, so Homesick Alien's got to be a little cautious here, and this is helping Pat out. 2-second lead on the pack so far. Turtle chasing him down on his super softs, already showing a bit of red. We're only 8 minutes into the race. Turtle's super softs starting to show a bit of red. Homesick's not as bad at all. And Barry Twins, who we know can look after his tyres, lovely. He's barely red at all. But Pat, he's doing okay on tyres. It's Turtle that's burning his tyres. It's all that racing that Turtle's doing. He's shedding his tyres up a little bit. But he's 1.5 seconds behind Pat. Pat was 2 seconds ahead, so Turtle has pulled half a second in on Pat at the moment. Pat trying to maintain good pace out there. In the chat, Mama Homesick saying, "Come on, son." He's already champion. What are you talking about? He could try and drive in reverse. He's still going to win the championship. So Pat leads from Turtle. Homesick Alien in that third spot. But now Turtle's back end, stepping away from Barry Twins as well. I don't know if he was avoiding or if it was just coincidence, but yeah, Barry Twins got round that corner and saw 2 cars in front of him. I don't know if he tried to avoid them and he nearly lost the back end. Well, he did lose the back end, but he gathered her up. Now he's lost 3.5 seconds on Homesick Alien, and yeah, it was Turtle's back end that started that. He was wiggling it out of the corner in his Lexus, and Homesick Alien all up in his business now, and he's going for that first corner. No, he's not. He's tucked back in again, sitting this one out. Oh, he's switched to the inside, but Turtle still in second place at the moment, with Pat out there all on his own. 3-second lead. Come on, Pat. I believe in you, man. I believe in you. You can do it. Turtle holds Homesick Alien up enough. Doesn't matter if Homesick Alien saves that fuel, although Homesick Alien dropped back quite a bit from Pat and still managed to jump him in the pits through the fuel saving. So Homesick Alien, I imagine, will still do the same in this race. So really, Pat just needs to pull out an unbelievable amount. He's got the fastest lap so far as Pat with 1:20.756. He's getting purples again, and Pat all out in this race so far, and he's doing a super job on those racing softs. Turtle maintaining that second place ahead of Homesick Alien. Turtle down to half a tank of fuel. Pat's on half a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien is somewhere between half and 3/4. Unbelievable with his fuel in that Mazda. He's just really good. And Barry Twins on half a tank, 4.6 seconds behind the Alien now, losing another second to the Alien. The Alien did his personal fastest in this race last time around with a 1:20.991. Pat Turtles was 20.77. And I've got to add, it's the Beamer boys, isn't it? Up there in the lead, Pat and Turtle. I think Pat came out on top when they were partners in the GTMC in the BMWs. At the moment, Turtle just keeping the car on the edge of the track as Homesick Alien lines him up for a move, and Turtle defending with all his might at the moment. And Homesick Alien having a look though of the inside. Can't quite make it stick. Decides against it. Thinks another day. Another day, another dollar. I'll crack on. And Pat, 4-second lead now. Head down, crack on, Pat. No mistakes, keep it clean. Oof. He's it would be amazing for the Chevy to take a win. It hasn't been a great season for the American cars. We saw the Mustang on round 1. It was a dog, and it didn't come back again after that. And we've seen a couple of Dodge Vipers that are absolutely way too thirsty and can't maintain their fuel. And the Chevy that Pat has piloted this season and done an absolutely cracking job with it, getting a lot of 5th places. I seem to remember him finishing in 5th a lot. Oh, come on, Pat, you can do this. He's racing softs now, starting to feel a bit slippery out there. Homesick Alien's got himself ahead of Turtle. Turtle's dropped. Turtle's pitted. Turtle's pitted and put medium tyres on. This is a strange strategy. Back end's wiggling around. All of his competitors are going to be using just the softs and the super softs. So a very surprising move from Turtle, sorry. Turtle, he's going for the long run. Barry Twins has got himself the fastest lap with a 19.981. And he's only 2 seconds away from the Alien now. We saw he was nearly 4 seconds behind the Alien. And he's really starting to close up on the Alien with 13.5 minutes into this race. Still 26.5 minutes to go. And yeah, that's a very early stop from Turtle. It'll be interesting to see how that all falls out when the other guys pit. Pat then, he's just above the quarter of a tank in his petrol tank. That is. You can see on the bottom dashboard. And there his tyres. They're only just showing a bit of red. He's 4 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien on half a tank of fuel. He's barely used his super softs. He has got Barry Twins closing in. Barry Twins now decided he wants to get involved in this race. Maybe with Turtle's pit stop, it's made Barry Twins think that he cannot hang around too much because they don't know where they're going to shake out, as opposed to Turtle. If that is Turtle's only stop, maybe he's sussed out how much fuel he can use to get to the end. He's put the mediums on and he's just going to go for the long run. We saw they were doing the 22s, doing 22s, 21s on the medium tyres in the first race, and they're doing 19s, late 19s on the softs and the super softs. So Turtle might be onto something here. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And in the chats, Mama Homesick saying, I know he's the champion, but I still want him to win. Yeah, he's gonna, isn't he? He's got loads of fuel on board. He's catching up with Pat now. I think Pat's tyres are starting to go past their best. And but Pat, I think he's racing for second place today. I think Pat, that's what Pat wants. Second place in this race, giving him second place in championship. That's not a bad championship. I imagine Pat will walk away with that and say he's happy with that. I mean, a win would be absolutely awesome, but against the likes, the might of the Homesick Alien, it's just too much for a mortal man like Pat to do. Homesick Alien and managing his cars, that's really been his key. Mazda hasn't always been the fastest car, as we saw the Toyotas just swish by a couple of rounds ago. I can't remember what race it was, but he'd managed to get himself into the lead through the pit stops, but the car just did not have the same pace as the Toyotas, and both Skyjacker and Bunny whipped by him in that race. I can't remember which race it was. I want to say Big Willow, but I'm not sure. So yes, Homesick Alien, he's driven to the advantages of that car, which is he can look after the fuel in it and the tyres. So when it comes to the pit stops, he makes a shorter pit stop than those ahead of him, and it's worked out nicely for him, giving him well, 4 wins at least this season of the available 8. With Liam Anfield taking 3 wins and Bunny taking the last one. So Skyjacker did an absolutely cracking season, holding second place in the championship without any wins. So it's down to 3 seconds between Pat and Homesick. This is what Homesick did just before the pit stops in the last race. Just started closing up. Barry Twins now 7 seconds adrift from Homesick Alien. And Turtle, I think he is catching up, Barry Twins. I'm sure it was something like 28 seconds or so, 29 seconds behind. And it's down to 27 and a half. Barry Twins will be pitting at the end of this lap. He did a 26 on lap 11. That's not good. That's not good for his fight with Turtle. We'll see where he comes out as he goes into the pits. Both Pat and Homesick Alien stay out for another lap. Barry Twins is in. And where is Turtle? He's just coming into the last section of the track. He's been doing nice steady 22s. Barry Twins getting his tyres changed. Now he's got to get the fuel in. And there is Turtle coming around the final corner. And my word, Turtle's coming in. Turtle's coming in though. How bizarre. So Pat, I don't know. I don't understand Turtle's method. I really don't. He's used up a quarter of a tank. Maybe he decided that isn't enough to get to the end. Barry Twins is out though, out of the pits on some super softs. He's already got the fastest lap in this race. And with a set of super softs, what can he do? Pat then still leads by 2.2 seconds. So Homesick Alien really has been cutting down that lead of Pat's. And he's still got plenty of fuel on board. And if he pits at the same time as Pat, he's definitely going to be standing still shorter. He doesn't need to put as much fuel in. And Pat, he goes past the pit lane again. Homesick Alien following him. He's just going to shadow what Pat does. Barry Twins having a nasty spin out on track. And this gives Turtle the opportunity. He's gone in, he's topped up, he's put racing softs on. Will those softs last him the whole race? I suppose so. Barry Twins still straightening the car up and getting going again. And Turtle just starting to approach him at the same point. And then now we've got a race on between Barry Twins and Turtle. After Barry Twins dropping it on them super softs. He's too fast. You've got to calm down, Barry. You've got to calm down, my friends. Get nice and consistent before you get the speed. You're pushing the car off. But Turtle, very happy with that. He's doing a very strange strategy today. Already made 2 pit stops. And we're not even 20 minutes into the race. Now we're 20 minutes into the race. Pat is leading by 1.5 seconds. Homesick Alien really has closing down the gap there between the two of them. And Pat is going to have to be in the pits longer than Homesick. I think Homesick is going to be ahead when they exit the pits. I am afraid that is the only way it can see it turning out. And Homesick's staying out. He usually always comes in, but he stayed out. Interesting. Maybe his tyres still looking good. Or maybe he wants Barry Twins' lap time. There is Pat in the pits. Turtle then has got himself ahead of Barry Twins. And now Barry Twins gets to chase down Turtle. It was on a set of racing softs. Barry Twins on them super softs. See what he can do. Pat getting topped up with fuel. His Homesick Alien yet to pit. Carries on round. Got less than 19 minutes left of this race to go. And these 4 have been putting up an amazing battle out there. With Homesick Alien in the lead, but he has not pitted yet. Pat has been in. He's pitted. He's put some super softs on. He's topped up with fuel. He's back out there again. Back and at him. He's got to do some absolute qualifying laps here without throwing the car off to try and get better laps than Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien stays out again. Interesting. So Homesick Alien, a 21-0 that time around. So that's what, I mean, Pat, he needs to be in the 19s, and that's going to be a struggle. As you can see, Barry Twins only just touching the 19s for the fastest lap this race, with a 19.981. He's chasing Turtle down at the moment, is Barry Twins. Like I said, a lot of banter exchanged between these two, as they're neighbours, aren't they? The Dutch and the Belgians. Belgies. What is like plural for Belgian people? Belgiumites. Right. There's got to be something, hasn't there? Surely. I mean, we're England, but we're English. It's Germany, but they're Germans. It's Belgium. They're Belgians. Okay. It seemed like they needed a cool nickname, just Belgium. What are they famous for? Like cheese or something? Being next door to Holland? I'm not sure. So Barry Twins chasing down Turtle. Only a second between them. Has Homesick Alien pitted yet? Not as of yet. So Homesick Alien still clouting it around here at Sardinia B for round 9, the final of the Pacific Rim Championship, and we probably won't see it again on GT Sport. I imagine we are slowly shifting over to GT7. I think the next couple of leagues that are starting are on GT7. God knows how I'm going to do the streams. I don't know, it'll be messy, it won't look pretty, but we'll work it out. I mean, the graphics look pretty. I just mean it's jarring going through the cars, because I have to flick through the cars rather than press buttons to go. I can jump straight to Barry Twins here. Like, he is only 1.2 seconds behind Turtle. They've all made their pit stops apart from Homesick Alien, who comes in now, and he's 36 seconds ahead of Pat. Pat did a 21.5. The fastest is on his first flying lap. The 22.9 was an out lap after his pit stop. But Homesick Alien doesn't have to put as much fuel in as Pat, especially as there's only 15 minutes left of the race. And you've got to say that Homesick Alien probably will be back out on the pits, on the track, ahead of Pat. Pat now on the start straight, but Homesick Alien being released, and there he goes. Super stuff from Homesick Alien. That's how you do it. 7-second lead on Pat. He was a second and a half behind him before Pat pitted. Now it's not 7, it's 5 seconds. 5.5 second lead on Pat as Homesick Alien, and that's it. 14.5 minutes to go, and all Homesick Alien has to do is keep it on the grey stuff, and I think he can see a win number 5 this season. But Pat really was racing for that second spot. Second place is enough to put him, jump him 3 places in the championship table. At the moment he's doing just enough to get that. Turtle racing with Barry Twins. Barry Twins dropping back a little bit on Turtle at the moment. Turtle maintaining pace, and they've got some good pace going on there. A 21.0 last time around for Turtle. Barry Twins are 21.9, and that's why Barry Twins now 1.5 seconds behind. Barry Twins, settle down. You've got the pace, man. You want to go too fast. Pat 6 seconds, but I think Pat should be just settling into a drive. He's not going to try and go for the win, because that would be crazy town. He'd end up throwing the car off and ended up coming up 4th and not getting any positions in the championship. So Homsegalian looks set to take the top step of the podium. Car 77, the Mazda Atenza, with the Alien piloting it this season. He's taken 4 wins. He hasn't been off the podium. If he hasn't won a race, he's come second. So he's had 4 wins and 4 second places this season. He has dominated, one must say. Tight battle with him and Liam Anfield, but Liam Anfield struggled with the Honda in a couple of races, and it was Skyjacker that come through as his closest rival. Skyjacker, unable to attend this evening, has handed the championship to Homsegalian. This win is just the cherry on the top. No, I couldn't even count how many championships he's got. I'll have to write them down one day. Do a count. Top 5 champions in the Virtual Racers Club. I'd guess Racer Brown would probably be at the top of that list, and then Homsegalian possibly. Then in 3rd place, I don't know, it would be a name from the past. I'd guess I.R. Graham. And then 4th place, it's tough. That Psycho, has he won many championships? I don't think he's won many championships, because he was racing mainly in the I.R. Graham days, and I.R. Graham is very difficult to beat. And then when I.R. Graham sort of went off to ACC, I think he got wooed away from GT with the Atenzo Competizione, whatever it's called. It's got a ridiculous name. I think sort of Racer Brown sort of turned up on the scene. So it's been tough. It's been tough to win championships. And you've got the likes of Homsegalian and Racer Brown out there. Pat at the moment though, 2nd place at 1:20.2 from him, his fastest so far this race. Homsegalian's taken the fastest lap at 19.5 since his pit stop. You can see he's just banging in the lap after lap. Turtle still only 6/10 ahead of Barry Twins, and there is still fight in this old dog yet, it seems. Barry Twins taking the fight to Turtle for that final podium position. Turtle had already proclaimed he could get a podium today. So Barry Twins, I imagine, would like to fumble that one. To make Turtle look a bit silly. But we'll see. He's still behind him at the moment. And we've got just under 10 minutes left of racing here at Sardinia B. Sardinia. Barry Twins taking that lovely wide line there and having a look up the inside of the Lexus there for Barry Twins. And he's getting very interested in that podium position. And we're going to have ourselves a nice little fight here for the last 10 minutes of this race between Barry Twins and Turtle for that final podium position. It's a beauty. Look at them racing it up. The Lexus and the Toyota are battling it out there for that final podium position. Homsegalian leads ahead of Pat in 2nd. Pat coming off of Tuesday night's double podium for Pat. And now he can't keep him off the podium. Look at him go. He's absolutely destroying it at the moment. Barry Twins then very much interested in that Lexus ahead of him, and there's no pit stops needed anymore. This is a straight fight all the way to the line for 10 minutes, and can Turtle take the pressure of Barry Twins? Quick look at Homsegalian, 10 seconds now. He's really chugging out there. with Pat, still maintaining good lap times and 27 seconds ahead of Turtle. So you've got to say Pat's second place looks pretty safe. And even if he threw it off, I think he could get back on before Turtle catches him up. Turtle with that two-stop strategy today has not done too bad for him. I mean, Barry Twins did have quite a large off. We saw him spinning around. Lost him a lot of time. He was some 15 or so seconds, 15 plus seconds ahead of Turtle, but he had that massive off, and that's put Turtle back in the fight with Barry Twins. And now Barry Twins has been trying to get by him ever since. And we have only got just under 7.5 minutes of racing left here, and Barry Twins only 3/10 behind him. Barry Twins definitely up for this podium position. Has Turtle got enough to keep him at bay? We will have to wait and see. Barry Twins on the super softs. I'm pretty sure Turtle is on the soft tyre. I think they're both holding up rather well. So they break into the tight right-hander going uphill. Toyota looking like he's handling the corners a little better than the Lexus around here. Barry Twins just right on Turtle's chop at the moment, looking to get something on. There's no room there, Barry Twins, I can tell thee. You were never going to make it in that gap. I know your car looks like the Batmobile, but it's never going to get through that gap. So let's have a look around then. Homesick Alien leading the way by 11.8 seconds in a race of his own, isn't he, really? With 6 minutes left to go. And Homesick Alien just having a bit of fun come the end of this championship. Last time he'll be driving in the Pacific Rim Championship on GT Sport, I assume. We all assume. I think as these championships die out, they won't be coming back on Sport. So Homesick Alien then crossing the line with just over 5.5 minutes to go. It's a good, 4 or 5 laps still left. Pat, some 12.5 seconds, but Pat now driving for second place, and second place in the championship. Turtle still keeping Barry Twins at bay, and Barry Twins throwing everything he's got at the Turtles. Turtle at the moment holding on to that podium position, but Barry Twins again having another look. It's delicious driving from the pair of them. And now Barry Twins getting a tow up this long straight, but it's very heavy braking into the first corner. You have to be very brave to try and go for a move. Turtle though, is he a bit late on the brakes? His car's it was squirreling a little there, and Barry Twins picks up third spot and says thank you very much. Now, is there anything left in Turtle's tank? Because we've got 4.5 minutes left of racing here, and it's not over, not by a long shot. Barry Twins can't believe his luck. He's on those super softs. Oh, Turtle slightly off the road, but he has closed up. Whatever happened, it worked, because he's closed right up to Barry Twins. Unbelievable stuff. I didn't see what he was doing, but Barry Twins, that back end of the Toyota, still looks a little loose coming out of those corners. He has to watch himself. Turtle putting the pressure on him. Sit on board Turtle now for a bit. Sit on board the Lexus and have a look. So in the chat we have Mama Homesick saying I think it's RB, then Homesick, then Talaran, then Cthulhu. Oh, look at Mama Homesick doing the research. And Mama Homesick saying for championship wins. Yeah, I didn't even consider Cthulhu. Cthulhu. What happened to him? Where is he? Come back, everyone. I miss you all. So Turtle chasing down Barry Twins, but Barry Twins managing to pull nearly a second out on Barry. I mean, Barry pulling a second out on Turtle, sorry. I was still thinking about Mama Homesick, looking at, she's obviously, I'm guessing, been to the Hall of Champions and had a quick sort of mental count up of who's on what. Good for you. It'll be the battle of Racer Brown and Homesick soon. 4 championships. We'll have to count how many each one's won. See how far apart they are. So Homesick Alien at the moment on his way to a perfect round, a win and a championship and the fastest lap. So a great season done by Homesick Alien. Pat getting a second place in a race. Like I said, I remember him finishing in 5th places. I think 5th is about as the best he's got. Yeah, it's got to be 14 points for 4th. I'm trying to see. No, maybe he's 4th place. Maybe he's had a lot of 4ths. Because it's 15 and I can't see any 14s on the scoreboard. It's 13, so that must be 4th place. So yeah, Pat's had a few 4th places. I'll take it back, 4th, 5th for some reason, but let me check this out. Sorry, Pat. Yeah, it must be 13 points for 4th place. So I can't see anyone else scoring 14s. So a lot of 4th places for Pat. This will be his highest finish this season. 2nd on the podium. 1 more minute to go. Homesick Alien still leads. Barry Twins now 2.5 seconds ahead of Turtle. Turtle, the tyres have gone, haven't they? Look, he's really struggling on his tyres in this last minute of racing. Barry Twins' tyres a lot more together as he makes his way around. Pat some 32 seconds ahead of him in 2nd place, and the Homesick Alien, his fuel's flashing, but there's only 40 seconds on the clock, and he's gonna cross the line. He doesn't want to cross the line. He might want to slow down a bit, but Pat's too close behind him. I think Pat's too close behind him. He is slowing down because he's worked out he's too close to the line. His fuel's very low. No, he's gonna have to cross the line. Gonna have to cross the line and go for another lap, and there he goes. I thought he was slowing down because of it, but no, he did a 122, didn't he? A 23. I thought he was slowing down. Pat as well crosses the line before the timer runs out, and he'll be going around for his final lap. Barry Twins heading up towards the line. He's 3 seconds ahead of Turtle now, but I think Turtle's tyres are dead. I don't think there's no rubber left on those bad boys, so he's struggling to get around, but Barry Twins pushing it. He's got a podium under his belt, but if he throws it off, Turtle will be quite happy to pick that one up. And here he comes, Barry Twins, to finish in 3rd. Take a boo, my son. Great race, good race, Turtle. In 4th, good haul of points. Homesick Alien 10 seconds ahead of Pat. Pat trying for that one final lap, hoping that Alien runs out of fuel. He's very low on fuel. That would be a kicker, wouldn't it? I think he's got more than enough fuel to get to the end of this race, but my word. Pat's very low as well, though. They're cutting it very fine, these guys, as Homesick Alien comes down the final straight to take to the checkered flag for the win of round 9 and the championship of the Pacific Rim Championship. Well done. And Pat comes home in 2nd to jump 3 places in the table and finish 2nd to Homesick Alien. 2nd place in the championship and in the race. Well done, Pat. Awesome stuff. He was there when it counted, and there he goes, showing off his trophy, his reef, and he got the fastest lap. I said he got pole position as well, though, but oh yeah, because he won the last race. And there you go. Right, well, we'll go to the race results got to take a while to go through it all. But here we go. Homesick Alien got your fastest lap on lap 20 with a 1:19.514. And also Homesick Alien took the win and the championship. So huge congratulations to Homesick Alien on his birthday as well. What a very nice treat. Super stuff. Well done. Happy birthday, bud. Pat coming home in second place with double points on the cards for the final season, final round. That means Pat scores himself a mighty, mighty haul of, what's that? Jesus, 34 points? And that jumps him ahead of Skyjacker in the championship. And Pat finishes second place, runner-up of the Pacific Rim Championship Season 2. Barry Twins rounds out the podium. Take you, my son. And Turtle, a gallant effort with not having that first race as a reference. He missed out on the first race, so he'll only get the half points for that fourth place. But still, he's only 6 points behind Noxie, so it might get him ahead of Noxie and possibly Digital Blasphemy. We'll have to see when the tables are released. If you ever want to see the updated tables, then they're on our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and any more news or information is stored on there as well. And you can also get a link on that website to our community on Discord, where all our championship sign-ups go. And we've got some championships formulating in the background, so keep an eye on this space. And that's it. I don't think we've got anything in store that I know of anyway until Tuesday. The Ferrari Trophy. I think there might be a race this weekend. I don't know. I haven't been keeping an eye on Discord close enough. There might be a race this weekend. When's the 15th? Tomorrow. I'm sure I saw something had the 15th on it. Well, we might be live tomorrow. You never know. Keep an eye out. Not sure. So, Mama Homesick said it's on the driver's roster. Oh, she didn't go through the Hall of Champions. There you go. Mama Homesick saying, well done, son. Awesome racing with 2 wins and 2 fastest laps. And on your birthday too. Brilliant stuff. Barry Twin saying it's been a great championship. Happy to be part of it. And Pat saying, Homesick has driven like a champion all season. Well done to the birthday boy. Pat, you got second in the championship, man. You come runner up. It was awesome. So, yeah. Excuse me. Cough, cough. I've been through got where. So, yeah, that was the Pacific Rim Championship. I don't even know anything that's coming for Thursdays down the pike. So, I'm not sure what's going to be replacing this. I think there's something getting signed up, but it's quite a while off. A month or 2 off. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to tell you. I should get in touch with the VRC gang and find out what the plan is. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club for the final round of the Pacific Rim Championship that Homesick Alien took an amazing win at. Drove great. Looking after his fuel, managing his car in the first part of the race, and then getting the jump on the pit stops on Pat. Pat having an absolutely awesome race to finish in second place and jumps 3 places in the championship. Great stuff. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Haywood Jablomi. Thank you for joining us here, and I will see you Tuesday at the very latest. There might be something over the weekend. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. I don't know how you'd know. You've got to subscribe, I suppose. If you hit like and subscribe, then you'll get notified if we go live. But I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to. HPEX in May. Yeah, that's what I said. It's been a while since the next Thursday thing that I know has been up for sign up. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I was Haywood Jablomi, and we were the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace and... It's your birthday and you'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Love you all.